My son Riley lies. If his lips are moving, he pretty much is lying.
My stepson Riley is a liar and a thief, and just lies just for the sake of lying. He'll manipulate any situation to get the result that he wants.
Riley is definitely delusional. Riley has claimed that he has collaborated and written songs with a variety of famous artists.
I tell myself a lie, and then I get lost in your eyes.
Riley has delusions that he has collaborated with Three Doors Down and that he wrote Kryptonite. Riley is definitely focused on Taylor Swift.
An example of this is when I took him out to eat. He just broke out and said, I love her, man. He said, you told me I was gonna meet her. Where's Taylor? When am I gonna meet her? And he gets this giggle, this laugh.
I believe that I've written hundreds of songs for multiple artists.
I think I just said too much.
We're gonna start with the Taylor Swift thing. We were meant to be together.
He has vivid memories of meeting her when he was a child and says he believes that she's in love with him and that they are soulmates. I believe that Riley is unhappy, is struggling, and is more than likely mentally ill.
I don't feel like we have seen the worst of this situation yet.
Okay, obviously you're very concerned here, and you say that you don't think you've seen the worst of the situation yet. Why do you say that?
I believe when you hear about all the bad things that have happened in the world, you always hear people say, well, we saw signs, or we thought we saw signs, but we never did anything. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to be in that situation. We don't want to be those parents. We're trying to watch out for anything that we can see that would prevent something worse from happening.
Right. When was the first time you noticed what you would consider to be unusual behavior?
Probably in 2010. He just starts with talking about living multiple lives and living many years ago. He talks about feeling the actual, birth of being born. And it just has gotten progressively worse and more frequent.
Okay, so that would have been when he was about 18. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he starts saying what you consider to be bizarre sort of verbalizations, just talking to you about stuff that, did this, like one day that wasn't the case and the next day it was?
I would say if I had to describe his behavior, we started out describing him as odd. It progressed to weird, to now crazy.
My parents think I'm crazy, and I think I am too.
Saying that I'm crazy, I'm telling them I'm aware.
I believe that I've written hundreds of songs for multiple artists, like Taylor Swift, another one being Tom DeLonge and Angels and Airwaves. When I do write these songs, 85% of the time, I do not physically write with pen and paper. I feel that I've been here before, where I'm watching my life like a movie. My ups and downs may be a little extreme, but I feel to truly experience this life, I gotta go through the ringer. This has been a life journey for me, and I do thank T-Taw, as I call God, for the ghostwriting, the Taylor Swift. Everything has been a part of this journey of self-mastery. I'm okay with being crazy. I'm great with that. I think crazy's great.
Would Shake It Off be your biggest commercial hit?
No.
The Shake It Off song, and if people don't know, here's Taylor Swift during the making of the Shake It Off video.
Very cool.
This is the most exciting video I've ever done. What I did to prepare for this shoot was I did a lot of running, which I hate. These are the longest shoot days I've ever done. Hopefully it's paid off.
That was a really big song for her.
Cool.
And it seemed like a really personal song for her. I have Shake It Off here,
Very cool.
The publishing, and it says words and music by Taylor Swift, Max Martin, and Shellback.
Yeah.
And you're not Max Martin.
I'm not.
You're not Shellback.
I'm not.
I know you're not Taylor Swift.
Definitely not.
So you're not listed here. And so if you've written this song and you said you wrote it and you wrote it from her point of view.
Correct. And as I said before, I've had to take into consideration that I might be wrong.
you acknowledge the possibility that you didn't write this song.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you acknowledge the possibility that you don't know Taylor Swift.
Absolutely.
And how would you explain thinking, feeling, and telling people that you do?
I believe that everything that we are seeing and perceiving now has already happened. We're just catching up with our five senses and really experiencing it fully. So destiny is happening all around us. And my ill attempt at playing God or affecting destiny was to believe, and I want to make it clear, I do believe that Taylor Swift and I are soulmates. And I love her with the kind of love that you would want forever and always.
What do you think's going on with you?
Okay, I'm to the point now to where, the best way I could describe myself is the 7-year-old kid that'll hold his breath until he's purple in the face because it somehow affects his mother and his father. My life has been back and forth, trying to understand my parents and the divorce and trying to figure out why they feel the way they feel or what they're doing, what I'm doing to make them feel this way. And then it got to a point where I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm going to inflict as much pain as possible. And the only way that seemed to really hurt them was to hurt me. So I started looking for the things that they always told me not to do, drugs being most important, the interracial coupling, and the homosexuality. I didn't really get the reaction I wanted. Obviously, I can't change my sexuality or my race. So I definitely went towards the alcohol and drugs to affect their life and their environment. I've been lying for a really long time. I've been manipulating. I've been hurting. And I'm trying to figure out and remember who I was before all of that, which happened at such a young age. So it's like I don't even really know who I am. So I'm trying to find me.
You know better than that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fair enough. I think
You give me
the
all
right
this
word would be
metaphysical this and transcendent that, and in the moment of this, you know you didn't do that. And you know when you're getting all of that rolling around your head, you're not doing what you could be. Come look at this with me. Come over here. This is how you spent some time. This is summer of 14. You're walking in the neighborhood, talking to yourself, singing and playing the guitar with no shirt. You say you're in love with Taylor Swift. You're writing letters to her and her dad. Now, this is summer of 14.
cool.
Okay. Does that pay pretty well?
Yeah, no, that definitely, yeah.
Does it pay really well? Okay, we come up to November. You said you haven't seen Robin in 3 years, and she's in an arranged marriage, and you want to go to the VMAs to meet Taylor Swift. This is where your head is in November of 14. You say you haven't seen your mother in 3 years.
Okay, yeah.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Why are you wasting your time with that rhetoric in your head? That you know that's not true.
It's definitely illogical, yeah.
You don't believe you wrote those songs.
I don't.
You don't believe you wrote those songs.
No.
I believe you could.
Thank you.
I do. But you didn't write those songs, and you know damn well you didn't write those songs.
Yes, sir.
Now, you can tell somebody else you wrote those songs, and you
Cool.
can string a bunch of buzzwords together and get them confused, but you and I
Fair enough.
know you know damn well you didn't write those songs.
Fair enough.
I am very in love with Kip Moore. If I could, I would love to marry him.
No, they don't make guys like me get excited.
I fell in love with him as soon as I saw him. I met Kip for the first time with meet and greet passes at his concert. It was just instant connection, love at first sight. The minute he stared into my eyes, I've never felt something so strongly in my life.
Hell, I'm to blame.
After the show, there was a very hot hug that Kip gave me that was unexpected. Wasn't expecting all that hair grabbing. I asked him if he could take me home. My intentions were to not leave without Kip that night, and I think he may have thought I was kidding, but I really wasn't. I have a tattoo of Kip Moore's autograph where he signed my back. It's very special to me. It's a symbol of his kindness and his passion. I've tried to call his management. They wouldn't let me talk to anyone. I tag him in every post on Facebook, follow everyone on Instagram. None of his bandmates or managers or anyone has responded. I wrote a 12-page letter front and back to Kip. I also sent him pictures of what I wrote on my car. I drove around for several weeks with Mrs. Moore on the front, Marry Me Kip on the back. I'm destined to be with Kip Moore. I can't help but feel that I come off as just another crazy fan. If Kip would be willing, I will marry him and run off to Hawaii and I'll have his surfer babies.
Well, there's just one little problem about Jenna's plan to marry Kip Moore and have those surfer babies, and that problem is, well, it's Jenna's husband, Travis.
I'm still married to Travis. We have 2 children. After the concert, I said I can't go home to what I have. I can't go home to being abused and not loved. I wrote a text to Travis. I realized that we're both unhappy. He's made several threats of leaving over the past several weeks. I felt he should spend the time getting his things together and moving out. After I sent that text, Travis didn't take it very well. He threatened to take the kids and not give them back to me. And it's been rocky from the beginning, full of emotional and verbal abuse that I've tried to deny and hide. So I filed for a protection order to keep the kids and me safe. Having the interaction I had with Kip Moore made me realize that love is supposed to be special, not full of hate and disgust the way that I had with my husband.
You went to this concert.
My husband was kind of just being mean to me and whatnot, and he made special attention just to kind of sing to me and
So Kip paid special attention
Yes,
to you.
so I
How many
kinda-
people were at the concert?
millions. I was just in the front row, and I was crying, and he made me feel special.
How did he make you feel special?
Just he was singing like "Hey Pretty Girl" and just kept kind of coming over to my way, and I was crying, and I was in the front row, so
And
he was just
You were down in the front row. Was
And-
this an outdoor?
yeah, and he's just goofy dancing along on the stage and crouching down in front of me.
That was a year ago.
Yes, and made a promise to myself that I was gonna go see him again.
And you did, right?
I did.
You got meet and greet tickets through a radio station.
I did.
I mean, you'd seen him from the stage, but this is the first time you really had personal one-on-one contact
Yes.
with him. How'd that go?
As soon as he walked out, it was just, his jaw just kind of dropped and he stood there and I stood there. I couldn't even move, honestly. And I had written him a note. He took it and put it in his pocket. And then I asked him to sign me because I wanted to get it tattooed. But he signed my back, and he was just super sweet and hugged me, and just the way he looked in my eyes, I had never felt anything like that before.
Did he recognize you?
No, I don't think so, but I made a point to wear the red dress because I know he sings about red dresses and stuff, but as soon as I walked up, he said, "Wow, I love that red dress." And he pointed that out, and so it was a super special moment. And then he did his concert where he came back out and did signings for everybody, but I made a point to be the very last person in line. As soon as he saw me, he said, "Hey, Red," and he looked happy to see me, and everyone was gone, and he let me kind of go stand around the side with his bodyguards and managers and stuff, and he promised that, he would read the note and whatnot, and I said, "Well, I'm going to see you tomorrow," and he laughed and said, "Where am I at tomorrow?" He didn't even know. He was in Indiana.
Yeah.
And
So he had already signed you? He signed you on your back? Mm-hmm. And you got that
I got it tattooed.
tattooed?
Yes.
All right, so that's it.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. So you said he gave you a hot hug and his hands were all up in your hair
That was the second night.
in Indiana?
Yes. So we followed him to Indiana, and that night we did not have meet and greet, but he did the same thing where he did the signings, and we got to see him afterwards. So I waited again until I was the last person, and he definitely looked happy to see me again.
Is this the second night?
Yes. During that concert, I was in the front row, and he
made a point to sing like a whole verse straight to me. It was really intense. Just like we stared at each other the whole time. It was the most intense thing I've probably ever felt, for sure.
Really?
Yes.
With just him singing to you from the stage?
Yes, because it was just eyes on eyes.
So did you hang around that night?
Yes.
And you saw him again in that picture?
Yes.
And then he said, gotta go.
He did, and I told him I didn't want him to leave, and he was starting to walk away and had told me bye, and that's when he turned around and told me he would not forget me, and he promised to read the note and would never forget my red dress. And
Is that when you told him, I'm not leaving here without you?
yes, I said I didn't want to leave here without you. I actually didn't have a ride home.
But he said, I'm sorry, I got...
Yeah, he said I'm not allowed to do that. He said I'm on tour. So we had to go with our backup plan, Uber. But
so he leaves.
He did.
But then you went and tried to get in the bus.
Yeah, but they wouldn't take us.
But what were you going to do if you got in the bus? So you get in the bus, or they open the door, and you hop in.
Well, I wasn't going to hop in. I was just going to knock and say I really actually didn't have a ride home. I wasn't kidding.
And so you thought he was going to, like, fire up the bus,
But
and he would what?
Save the day. I don't know.
Anywhere in there did you think, I think I ought to check in on my husband and 2 kids?
No.
Travis, what do you think about all this?
Dr. Phil, honestly, I'm shocked. Yes, our marriage has had its up and downs, but to throw our family and our marriage away over something like this, I think is just absolutely ridiculous.
She says that she's in love with Kip Moore.
Yes.
And you're in love with him, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's no doubt in your mind you're in love with him.
No doubt.
And you believe that you are meant to be with him.
Correct.
You're on his radar, and it's just a matter of you working out the logistics.
I would hope.
Do you think she's delusional?
Yes. He has her number. If he wanted to be with her, he would have called her, right?
Well, she says that you are abusive. Are you abusive with her?
No, sir. I've never intentionally tried to harm my wife. Ever. I love my wife. I still do.
Well, you keep throwing this modifier in there intentionally. So have you harmed your wife? Like, oops.
Accidentally.
How did that happen?
The night of my brother's wedding.
Right.
She was drunk, trying to drive with my children. And I tried to stop her. We had been drinking. She had a long dress on and heels and tripped on the gravel and fell and hurt herself.
Yeah, you fell and broke a rib and punctured a lung.
2 ribs, punctured my lung, hospitalized. I wasn't drunk. I was in the car with the kids because it was late.
Because I read the police report, they disagreed. The police report said you were both drunk.
He was belligerent. Came running to the car like a madman.
I'll be daggone if I'll let anybody drive my children drunk.
Right. Well, she says Kip Moore made her feel safer when he hugged her at the meet and greet than she has ever felt with you. Well, and you had a protective order served on you.
Yes, sir.
And this is them serving you with the protective order. You can see it right here. And I also see the Marry Me Kip Moore painted on the back of your window. So
It was the day after the concert.
It's 3 days after the concert. And meanwhile, she was selling everything that I owned in a garage sale while that picture was being taken. Honestly, I believe that the protection order was just to prevent me from coming to the house so she could sell everything I own. Everything.
I offered
Clothes on my
you
back.
multiple texts and multiple calls to come get all of your stuff. You refused.
Because I wasn't giving up on my family.
are y'all jacking with me?
No.
You're serving your husband with a restraining order. You've got Marry Me Kip Moore painted on the back of your window.
It was literally.
And you're selling his in a yard sale. What? Amanda, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. You've been with her. on these concerts.
Yes.
Right? Were you in Ohio?
Yes.
Did you drive to Indiana?
With her, I did.
So you were there when the sparks flew.
Yes, I was.
Were they flying both ways?
I'm not sure. I don't feel like there was enough time besides the hug that he gave her, which he like grabbed the back of her head. Mm-hmm. But I mean, he remembered her in her red dress. He called her red.
So if I called her leather for the leather jacket, does that mean we are destined to be together?
No, thank you.
We've made eye contact since you've been here. You're not gonna follow me home, are you?
No.
Robin, whip your ass. Follow me.
That's right. I will.
She's an old country girl. Do not let the Gucci fool you.
That's true.
And we reached out to Kip Moore and asked him about this whole situation. Here's what he had to say. I meet hundreds of fans a day and always try and make myself really accessible to my fans. I've received a lot of letters throughout the years from fans thinking there was some sort of connection in a meet and greet because I smiled at them or because I made eye contact with them from the stage. The longer I tour, the more familiar faces like Jenna's I recognize out in the crowd every night. I appreciate her passion for my music. I wish her nothing but the best in life.
My mom, Annie, is delusional. She actually believes Michael Jackson wrote the song Smooth Criminal about her. My mom says 30 years ago that she was abused. She swears somehow Michael Jackson knew this was happening to her. My mom claims that all of it happened like the lyrics state. The blood on the carpet, hiding under the table, even escaping to the bedroom. My mom has even called Quincy Jones because she believes she's owed the rights to the song. There's absolutely no way my mom is Annie. Growing up, my mom had erratic behavior. She accused maintenance of stealing her undergarments. She believed our little sister's dad is 6 different people, that he had a secret tunnel and would come out as different people. She would go to thrift stores and buy paintings and later state that they were worth millions of dollars. A year ago, my mom lost her apartment. She is now homeless and living on the street with my 14-year-old little sister. In the last 2 months, they've lived in a donut shop, storage facility, even the public library. My little sister does digital graphics and does make a few dollars. So my mom makes our little sister pay for hotel rooms. Every day, I worry about them. My mother used to be a model, and now she's homeless. My mom does not work because she believes she's entitled to the rights of Smooth Criminal. I am livid. I want my mother to stop trying to cash in on the rights to this song and get a job and to support her and my little sister.
Does this come out of the blue with your mother? I mean,
I wouldn't say out of the blue. It's been years in the
does
making.
she have other things that are atypical?
I would say a lot of delusions.
Like?
She believes she knows Vin Diesel, The Rock. She believes obviously this song was written about her. She talks about seeing stars randomly, and I don't believe it.
She says she knows Vin Diesel and The Rock.
The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson. So does she hang out with them?
Absolutely not. I mean,
She hasn't
I don't
come by
even-
your house with them or anything?
No.
So do you reality test her on these things? Do you say, well, let's call them up. Let's meet them for lunch.
I don't, honestly, because it's been something I've heard since I was a kid. So I'm kind of tired of it.
So how long has she had this belief that she's Annie in the song?
As long as I can remember, I've heard it
Really?
since I was a teenager.
Really? So this is something she's hung on to for a long time.
Yes, DrPhil.
And is she casually convinced of this, or is this at the core of her belief system?
This is at the core of her belief system.
She's called Quincy Jones.
She has. She's reached out, emails, phone calls. She's very open with us about that. Hasn't received any correspondence back. No surprise there.
I believe I am Annie from Michael Jackson's song, Smooth Criminal. Michael mentions my name 46 times in his song. About the time Michael Jackson wrote the song Smooth Criminal, I was in an abusive relationship. On the night that I was being abused, I became Annie from Smooth Criminal. So she ran into the bedroom, she was struck down, it was her doom. And I did. I ran into the bedroom and I was struck down. This paragraph really speaks to me because it brings back, it's like it just happened yesterday. While this was happening, I saw a limousine outside the window. I believe it could have been Michael Jackson in that limousine. I know that Michael Jackson had family that lived in the area. Annie, are you okay? Why do you think he said that? Because he wanted to know if I was okay. Why would Michael Jackson put so much emphasis on my name if he didn't want me to figure it out? I've called Quincy Jones twice. I talked to some lady. I told her that I'm Annie. I'm the girl in the song. And then I heard someone in the background say, hang up the phone. There is a lot of friction between me and my daughters. They don't believe that I am Annie. And right now I'm homeless. I hang out a lot at this donut shop. How it feels to be homeless? It's not a good feeling. I've been stolen from all my life. Even my life story from Smooth Criminal was stolen from me and I didn't get anything. I want the rights to my song. I am Annie.
How do you know that you're Annie?
My grandmother gave me that name, and I was violently abused around the time that song came out.
I'm very sorry about that, by the way, that you've had to live through that. Now, tell me about the limo, because this was a key for you.
I saw I started doing some digging, and the particular limo that I saw outside is the same one that he has in storage. He has several cars. That looks very similar too.
Okay.
There's thousands of limousines.
I'm sorry?
There's thousands, hundreds of thousands of limousines.
But there's one thing that you don't remember, and that's because you were just a little child. First of all, there's nothing that you could say that you even remember about any of that when all of this happened.
So Michael Jackson was just
I don't know
rolling
if
through
Michael
Phoenix.
Jackson was in Phoenix or if there was someone who was living in the complex, maybe who knew or heard about what had happened.
But you think you looked out the apartment window and
Yes.
saw him in that limousine down at the curb.
I saw the limo. I don't know if I saw him in the limo, but I did see the limo.
Your name is mentioned 46 times in the song. I mean, that's a lot, right?
Yeah, it is.
And if you believe it's about you and it's your name, it's 46 times. And you told us that you believe that Michael Jackson's limo was outside your home when you were assaulted.
It could have been.
You said that you hid underneath the table to avoid confrontation.
Yes, I did.
And you ran into the bedroom.
Yes.
And claims that you were struck multiple times.
Yes.
And you say the song starts with the sound of broken glass and that you've had 5 broken windshields.
Yes, I have.
And so you're saying those things, those facts reflected in the song matches up with your experience, and your name's in there 46 times. And in the song he says, Annie, are you okay? And that's why you think he's concerned and wanted you to figure out that this was about you.
I think so.
Okay.
He has other songs that he wrote about certain people. Elizabeth Taylor, Leave Me Alone. Dirty Diana, Diana Ross. I don't know why he chose to write about me. I have no idea.
But he knew them.
And he might have known me.
Wouldn't you know if he knew you?
Not if he didn't want anybody else to know.
No, wouldn't you know if he knew you?
Not really. Not unless, like you said, he came up to me and just said, hey,
Does that make sense?
Because I think if Michael Jackson knew me, I would know he knew me. I mean, I would know if I met him or if I met someone that was very well known and highly recognizable. I think I would know if they knew me. Do you mean that maybe he was just...
He wanted to keep it on the down low and didn't want me to know that he knew?
Well, that's really down low. If he has a relationship with you and not even you know it.
not a relationship, Dr. Phil.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know exactly why he wrote that song.
Now, Michael Jackson's former sound and audio engineer, Matt Forger, worked closely with the King of Pop on several projects, including his multi-platinum album, Bad. Now, he says Michael told him who Annie was when they worked together on the recording of Smooth Criminal. So, Matt, welcome. Thank you for being here. I would say you've had a very interesting career, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've had the privilege of working with some great folks and have done some great work, and you worked with Michael on this album. Why did you ask about Annie?
Well, when we were in the studio working, I noticed there was a green fiberglass case in the corner. So one day I asked him why it was there, and he said, "Oh, that's Annie, because when they teach CPR, they have you address the CPR mannequin." And he said that's where the name Annie comes from, because what you're instructed to do is you're instructed to ask the mannequin, "Annie, are you okay?" Which is where the line in the song and the character originated.
So that's the actual line in the song, "Annie, are you okay?" That's what you're instructed to ask the mannequin that you're doing the CPR on.
Correct.
Is there any doubt in your mind that her experiences are coincidental?
I would say that must be the case.
Then why would that song, Annie, Are You Okay, be added with, she was struck down, all the things that happened to me?
Well, because it was an attack upon a person.
It was a real attack upon a person. You do agree with that?
I agree that was what the subject of the song was.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You write songs that people relate to.
That's right.
There's a line in the song that says mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
That's right. I was knocked completely out at exactly around the same time that he wrote this song.
Chris Chatham is one of the most sought-after attorneys to the stars in Hollywood, representing A-list clients in movies, television, music, production. He is on Variety's list of deal makers, impact honorees, and helps so many of the stars, including musicians, with protecting and properly registering their music and other intellectual properties. So, Chris, you deal with this all the time.
Now, if you think you're entitled to royalties or any type of compensation, that flows from what is called a copyright. Somebody that wrote the song and it now became a performance or a creative work, like Smooth Criminal, okay? Problem is this: copyright law says that only the author, only the creator of the work is entitled to ownership, to control, to use, to distribution of it. So I went and looked up Smooth Criminal, and Smooth Criminal is not surprisingly owned
by Michael Jackson.
By Michael Jackson, okay? And therefore, any type of compensation from that song will go to Michael Jackson or Michael Jackson's estate, because we all know he's deceased now. So the position that you're taking with respect that I'm the subject, I think I read, as I'm listening to your story, you said 46 times he says Annie. He could have said it 46 million times, and it wouldn't matter.
I'm not just asking for, endorsements, or I just want my kids to know that, this is something that happened to me. And it was around the same time, and I don't care what anybody believes.
Have you provided a stable home for your daughter for the last 14 years?
For the last 14 years?
No.
Her dad has helped some, but as far as, you mean me having a payroll check, ask him how many times I watched them.
Okay.
Their
Robert,
children.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
She says, ask you about this situation. How do you see this?
I feel spiraling downhill myself.
Right.
This has been an ongoing thing. It's not just having been Michael Jackson. It's been other things as well. I've never been abusive to her.
Yes, he has.
No, I haven't, Annie.
And so the other night when you brought her to where we were, trying to bring the police, trying to say that you brought them there so that in case something happens, but then you returned 12 days later without the police. Why? Because you knew I wasn't going to do it.
Because he wants to help his daughter.
And she had been up for 48 hours.
And the police have asked her.
She's been up for 48 hours.
Wait a minute.
Annie.
The police have asked her. Did they?
She's been up for 48
excuse
hours.
me.
Do you understand?
They asked her.
Your child was up for 48 hours.
Okay, wait a minute.
Sleeping in a donut shop.
And she'd rather be there with me than be there with you. Does that make any sense?
Well, let me interject here because this is not okay with me for this child to be in this situation. And I have an idea of what it's going to take to help this family. Do you want to know what I think about this situation?
Yes, I do.
I don't know, but I do think some of your thinking has drifted into what I would call delusional. Everyone here can see that Michael Jackson didn't write this song about you.
So he wrote about a CPR dummy that ran up under the table, and all the allegations about the police reports are untrue.
This is what I mean about you.
That's not delusional. That's the truth. That did happen to me.
That did happen to you, but it didn't influence the writing of this song.
I don't have a problem just getting butt naked and walking down the street for real. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that booty is soft. Ooh. I love to love, I hate to hate. No, boss, I'm not crazy. I'm sane, bro.
Well, it doesn't end there. Marla and David claim that DJ, while seemingly up in spirit there and happy, is actually violent and poses a serious danger not only to himself but also to others, which is why they say they had no choice but to put him out of their house. Now, I sent my team to DJ's last known location. Take a look.
Hey, what's good, man? What's your name, man? Trey?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's good, man?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, man.
So this is it?
This is it, man.
Nice.
Small little hotel room, man, but I make it work, though. I've been here for 3-4 nights now. I slept on the street for 3 days. Then, on that third day, I get naked again in public. And I was walking around like this little shopping center, and the police come and they really put me in a cop car and take me to the station. I spent the night in jail. If my parents are incapable of acknowledging me as the, hardworking, well-rounded, very grounded, articulate, talented young man that I am, then I cannot be around my family anymore, even if that means I have to sleep on the street until somebody can finally acknowledge me for the great person that I am.
It's not the wackest, just don't jack it.
Marla and David say that they're here today because at this point, they want me to intervene and help their son.
As a child, DJ was absolutely someone I would describe as my joy boy. He was also a gifted athlete. My 28-year-old son, DJ, is totally out of control. He's delusional. DJ's delusions include that he's the most powerful man in the world.
I technically feel like I could run the country if I wanted to.
And that he's owed $700 billion fortune. DJ also believes that he's producing music for Jay-Z and Beyoncé.
I did one full album for Kanye West, Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and I. Is that cool if I sing a little bit? You're the one I'm missing, girl, 'cause I'm on my way. Back home is where I'm headed.
He thinks he is a comedian,
I think I'm so funny that I think Ed Sheeran would think I'm funny too.
a fashion designer,
I created these pants that I'm wearing. I created this shirt that I'm wearing.
and a preacher/motivational speaker.
I want to call myself King David. I'm an inspirational, messenger of God, yeah.
He believes that he's engaged to Rihanna.
You need to talk to Ree, because at the end of the night, she the one coming home with me. I want Rihanna to come, preferably butt naked.
Ooh, that booty is soft. Ooh.
DJ's behavior is bizarre.
The world can see me. What's good?
He's been filmed walking around the streets in our neighborhood completely nude.
DJ calls me a I don't even feel like his father. I feel like there's a man threatening my wife.
To hear my son walking around the house having a conversation with people who don't exist.
Ooh. Feels nice. Nice.
And using vulgar language, it's disturbing. And the scary part of that is I don't know what those voices are going to instruct him to do.
It's dangerous for her to be in the home with him.
I'm scared to death of DJ. This has become my worst nightmare.
He hasn't always been this way.
No, absolutely not.
So what do you think has been the trigger? Is there a time that you can point to where he was DJ one day and different the next?
For me, there was a direct turning point.
And it was?
I spoke with DJ when he was 25. He was attending college away. I spoke with him on a Friday. And I have things I say to all my children. And I said, D, how was your today? Regular conversation. And on Sunday, 2 days later, he was completely fractured on the phone. I said, D, what's going on? I know what you and Dad are doing. He's paranoid. We have every policeman in the town where he was residing in college. Everybody's after me. And you and Dad set this up. And I was so disturbed that I pulled my car over and I parked. At that point, I panicked. I called my husband and I said, listen, got to get him home right now.
Now, what year was this?
That was, 3 years ago, 2014.
But in 2010, this is before he was an A student in school. In 2010, he was in rehab for drugs.
18-month residential
And
program.
that is a long time to be in for drugs, and he was using marijuana and heroin.
That was the culminating drug was heroin.
We don't really know the drug pathway, but it started with marijuana, ended with smoking heroin.
DJ's always been annoying, spoiled, and he is dangerous.
I'm supposed to be the one bullying you. You're not supposed to be the one bullying me.
My brother DJ is no longer allowed in my home because of his sexual perversions and just his overall lack of predictability. I don't have any empathy towards my brother. He has gotten away with murder. DJ has never been held accountable for any of his actions. My dad enables my brother. Whenever DJ does something we feel is not normal, my dad is really nonchalant.
All of my cries, all of my efforts have not been heard.
I do believe that my brother is mentally ill.
Don't overcomplicate it, you know what I'm saying? Just be mad that you didn't make it.
Bye. Is walking around nude mentally well?
My parents refer to DJ's mental illnesses now as brain differences, as a way to not trigger him, not make him feel crazy, not make him feel bad.
I am desperate. My son is not a criminal.
My parents should have made more intense efforts to get him out of the house. If it wasn't gonna be an institution, then it should have been the streets. When my parents began expressing to me how grave DJ's situation was becoming, I thought to myself, maybe this is their karma.
Well, Monique, thank you for being here. I know you're concerned about your brother.
Yeah.
Right? You have knowledge and information of growing up in that household that I don't have. I'm trying to figure out what it is that you might know that can help me help your brother.
There were times where my brother would do things that I feel if I had done, the consequences would have been different. And that to me equates to a lack of accountability.
If he has been indulged along the way, it informs me as to why he might do some of the things. I mean, he has enough contact with reality to know that walking around naked is an outlier. He has enough contact with reality to know that that's not going to be okay. He can predict that that's going to create conflict, but he did it anyway. And so I'm curious as to what his problem-solving sequence is in deciding to do that.
He's very well aware that walking around nude is not legal publicly. So I get the lines become blurred for me at times as to how much of it is just attention seeking and then how much of it is the brain differences, if you will, or the mental illness. The only line that's not blurred is that if my brother flies off the handle because he refuses to believe that he's mentally ill and he refuses to take medication, and one of my parents ends up gravely injured or dead, that would not just devastate, me, that would devastate my son, that would devastate my sister. I love my mom and my dad, and so I think that's the hardest part for me.
No, boss, I'm not crazy. I'm sane, bro.
When I lost myself, people thought that I had some type of mental disorder or something was wrong with me because my grip on reality had begun to slip away.
Everybody like to say, I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need any psychiatric medication. Nothing is wrong with me.
I most definitely can do what DrPhil does. I actually went to school in preparation to do what DrPhil does. I just didn't finish my degree. Trying to get on stage during Beyonce's performance, Jay-Z's performance.
I'm not just making this up. This is real. So I'm excited to get out there and just talk to some people, man.
The anatomical, makeup of, human beings and matter. I'm doing that through my music, I'm doing that through my fashion, I'm doing that through my art. Even my scientific exploration.
This is a scientific experiment that I'm working on right now. If I can get it right, it's a multi-million-dollar idea.
Now I'm trying to move on to, solar energy and things like that.
I produced one full album for Drake, for Kid Cudi, for Rihanna and I
am fashion. I'm walking fashion. Look at my hair. I mean, I'm a piece of art. All right, this is the big jacket, you know what I'm saying? It's tight. It's not slacking, just don't jack it. I'm so huggable and kissable that I'm wearing hugs and kisses on my body. In terms of my outfit, do you like it? Okay.
I think you have a lot going on, though.
Back it
Actually,
up.
maybe you could take the jacket off and just, there you go. Now that's an outfit.
I could even be butt naked walking down the street. No. Hold my shirt,
Yeah?
hold my shirt,
All
hold my
right.
shirt.
You really want me to do it? All right. I told you I'm not shy.
I feel like I have to do this, right? I stayed on the street, and I'm gonna take my jacket off right now. Forgive me. I stayed on the street for a week, right? When I left the house, I was skinny. When I left the house, I was skinny. Do you see the way I look right now?
Why do you think your sister just left?
I don't know, and I feel sorry for the fact that she is impacted negatively by this, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is this, right? You see, psychology is more than just a mental thing. Psychology is also a physical thing, you see? So I could look at somebody that's out of shape and say they don't have their mind right. The reason that they don't have their mind right, and I can tell, is because of the way that they've presented themselves, right? You can look at me and my body and understand that absolutely nothing is wrong with me because I've taken the initiative to improve myself, not only my mental health, but my physical health. Your lack of acknowledgement of the things that I do is a clear undermining of who I am as a man and who I am as not only a businessman, as a spiritual leader, as a mentor, as everything that I am. You have failed to acknowledge it one time. You have yet to acknowledge it one time. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know why we're here right now, because like I'm saying, if you understand the totality and the real approach to psychology, hold on, you can look at DrPhil. You can look at DrPhil and say DrPhil's mind isn't right because he's out of shape. Real talk, DrPhil is out of shape.
Have a seat.
Why are we here, bro?
Have a seat. Don't let the suit fool you.
No, okay. I'd like to see you. I'd like to see you, you know what I'm saying? Take your suit off and show me what you're working with. Dog. I want to be surprised by who you are.
Do you think that you ramble?
No.
Are you engaged?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that I live in this fantasy land, and everybody thinks that, I am a, pretender. But the fact of the matter is, right, I would like to think that if I'm not engaged, I am in love with a beautiful woman that I believe loves me back unconditionally, and I am ready to receive the love that she has to offer me, right?
So are you engaged?
Like I said, you know what I mean? At this point, I offered...
I just met you, so I don't know.
Yeah, what I'm gonna tell you is, right, I offered my hand in marriage, right, to a beautiful woman, right? And, I don't know how she's received me.
Are you doing any drugs?
Absolutely not.
You've done them in the past, right?
I have done them in the past, correct.
Well, I have some thoughts that I'd like to share with you. Would you like to hear them?
Go ahead. I'm always open to hear some opinions.
Yeah. I think when you did those drugs, they sometimes leave some residual effects, not on your personality, but on your brain.
Okay.
And your parents asked me to study the situation and to meet you.
So let me ask you something. After seeing what you've seen and knowing what you know, who do you think is more, grounded and based in reality, me or my parents? In your professional opinion?
Well, I don't see it as a...
Does it seem like I'm delusional or does it seem like they're delusional?
I don't see it as a competition.
Well, it is a competition because my, physical health and my well-being is in jeopardy because somebody seems to think that I have a problem.
Yeah.
And the longer that, goes on, right, I continue to have to, face resistance, unnecessary resistance from people that are supposed to have my best interest in heart that secretly at this point are embarrassed about the fact that they have been feeding the world a lie that is no longer true.
What do you want your parents to do that they're not doing?
I want them to get out of my way.
What do you want them to do that they're not doing?
Let me finish. I'm gonna get to it, man. Let me just chill for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you have to be, but what I would like you to do is, the
question is, what do you want them to do?
I know. I'm talking to my parents right now when I say you. I know you're important. You facilitate. I'm not talking to you.
D, answer the question.
Just let me get to it, right?
Well,
and I'm a
hurry up
funny
and get
guy,
to
so
it.
don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Get glad about the fact that I'm happy.
You're
Okay.
not happy.
What I'm saying is this, right? What I would like you to do is, respect me and respect my hustle to the point where you can give me ultimate freedom to explore the places that my hustle can take me. That's all. And if you don't understand what that means, then maybe Dr. Phil can explain that. Don't talk to me, explain that to him.
Don't tell me who to talk to. I talk to who I want to.
Well, talk on, brother, talk on.
So does that mean live at home?
That
and,
means, what that means is let Dr. Phil explain that to mom and dad in a way that they can understand it.
Well,
how about we don't understand you?
What I'm saying is
if
I was talking to mom and Dr. Phil. I wasn't even
Phil might
talking
not
to you.
understand you, so maybe you should explain
What I
it.
was saying is I wasn't talking to you at all, so why are you talking to me?
Because you're sitting here.
You haven't been brought into the conversation yet, so wait
I
for
have
Dr.
no
Phil to
desire
tap
to
you
be
in.
brought into the conversation.
He's gonna tap you in a minute.
I
Let
don't
him tap
need to
you
be
in.
tapped in. I'll tap in when I want to.
Oh, why are you cussing though? This is a family
You're
show.
so obnoxious and ridiculous.
I'm obnoxious and ridiculous.
Like I don't understand it.
Okay, well, I'm
Beating
sorry
up your
that you
parents
can't
is normal.
understand.
I should understand that.
I'm sorry that you can't
I should
understand,
that. I should
articulate
understand why I help you get a job.
well, the
I should
opportunity.
understand
Hold up, stop right there. The
why you
opportunity
beat
that you
your
had me to
parents up,
work
and
as a
that's
security
normal.
guard when I just
didn't
told you
have a
I
job
produced
at all.
and wrote a whole album
Can
for
I buy that
Beyonce in a day.
album? Where's that album for purchase?
After this show, we gonna see. That's what I'm saying. B, holler at me, please. If you see this, B, Beyonce, where you at?
So ridiculous.
Please holler at me. And when this album
No,
is
it's
produced,
not that
right?
I think you're not. I
Be
think you're
quiet.
mentally
After this album is
disturbed and you
produced,
need
we gonna see,
medication
right,
and
me
beating
and
up
you
your
gonna pop
parents isn't
champagne
normal.
and listen to the album
Living
and laugh
wanting
at the
to live
fact
on the
that, you know what I
streets
mean,
is
she
not
thinks she's
normal.
important because she's
Not
on Love
wanting
and
to
Hip
take
Hop
medication
Hollywood.
is not normal. See, I'm fine. My bank account
That's what I'm
looks
saying.
great. My son is sane.
Okay,
So maybe
so what I'm
you
saying
should
is, right?
evaluate your life
Okay.
and the opportunities that are being
I thought
offered
you liked
to
Beyonce
you
though. Don't you
today.
like Beyonce? So
She's
when
a
we popping
great
champagne,
artist,
listening
but
to
what
the
you
album,
produced, I
we'll have
can't
you in mind.
purchase.
We'll say, man,
And
remember
she
when
didn't
DC was
sing.
trying to go off on
So
me on the
maybe you
Dr.
should
Phil
find
show?
some way to tap back into reality.
America, welcome to my family.
As you said, if you'll let me finish,
Yeah.
then
Go
you
ahead.
might hear something.
Well, you're not saying anything, so I'm saying hurry up and finish.
Well, you got somewhere to be?
Yeah, I do. And let me tell you, let me tell you where I need to be. Let me tell you where I need to be.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.